just how you would have expected it. And I just arrived and start my new life here in Gig Harbor.
I don't think it's possible to pick a one thing that is my favorite. Like, it's spending 1 year at a whole another country. The whole experience is the best thing because there isn't one certain thing that is the best. It's experiencing all of it.
It was a year, but it is a life in a year.
Maybe in a few years, one of the host brothers for me actually, they might come to Poland. We might be like a host family for them, and that would be amazing because it really connects people, and I'm pretty sure it's a connection for a very, very long time, possibly for a lifetime.
In one family, we all cook together, and in another host family, just one person cooked the meals. So I think I learned a lot more about the American culture, how families are different.
I ended up coming to the US earlier because they wanted to take me to Oregon for the eclipse, and that was an incredible experience, not only because I got to see more of the United States, but I've always been interested in science subjects, which of course includes physics, so seeing the eclipse was really, really astonishing.
I think just how welcoming the community is, and that especially the Rotary, how they they treat me like a member of their community, not just like a visitor.
The time I was most surprised when my host family took me to the fair, the Washington State Fair, and I found out that the deep fried butter is a real thing, not just a joke.
So we have Noah here, who is 15, and Natalie, who is 12, and we have hosted 3 times, so we've done it over the last 6 years. So they've grown up with exchange students in the home, and I really think they have benefited from just being exposed to other cultures.
We have a 14-year-old daughter at home, and being part of a host family is wonderful because we have older kids that are off to college, and she didn't care to be an only child. So it filled the home back up, and it's been a kick in the pants because she's had brothers and now she has a sister.
Well, my husband and I were very reluctant at first to be a host family because both of our kids are grown. So we thought, what kid's going to want to hang out with old people? But when our YEO persisted, and in fact, it was a great experience. It was different.
We had no children living in the house at the time. My son is 37 years old, but we had grandchildren. And every Sunday we have family dinner. So we all had time together with our exchange student. And for our 13-year-old, it was a terrific experience. They really bonded.
I had been to Switzerland before many years ago, but learning from Melanie all about the culture, the foods, the schools, everything was really interesting. And I kept asking her more and more questions so I could learn more about Switzerland.
And she taught us some Swiss German and German, just a couple words we would say sometimes, and it was really cool.
So we had 2 kids, one from Chile and one from Turkey, and we didn't know anything about either one of them. And so it was just a learning experience.
I always had to make sure that we had the food that they liked in the house and that we kept track of them. Like, it was a little bit of an adjustment at first, but then shortly after, it's like they're part of the family.
But as far as the rewards, I could go on forever with that. Again, just having a young person in the house, she challenged us. And it was we just had a lot of fun.
Well, the Rotary was always available if I had any questions. If any of us had questions, I could text you, call you, email you. And also, I would say before Melanie arrived, you were very helpful with all the meetings and preparing us for what to expect, and all of just knowing the rules and how it would all work was really helpful.
Well, the Rotary Club makes it happen, so that's the easy part is they present the kid, and they also have rules that I think makes it easier for the host family to say, no, this is how we're going to do things. And quite frankly, if you were a parent sending your kid halfway around the world, you'd want there to be rules, you'd want there to be structure.
I think going and seeing the eclipse last year in August with the Sebastian from Poland was really an amazing experience for both of us.
I thought that the experience of cooking with Sebastian, our third exchange student, and just having the one braid my hair all the time, and then our second exchange student, she just was like almost became a sister to me. You just hung out a lot and got very close.
When we took her to Seabrook, it was really fun because we just got to hang out a lot, and it was just, she was like our sister then, and it only been a week or two.
I also really enjoyed going to Seabrook because we got to hang out with her, like Ella said, and we got to get to know her a little better than we had known her before.
I enjoyed Mexico because it was two host families together, and the Kays are like family members already, and Melanie fit in right. It was one big, happy, fun family in the warm weather. It was fun.
It's not like it's any kind of event that stands out. It's the dinner table. That time together, sharing the day and seeing a world that we take for granted through fresh eyes. And that's just been really powerful and really special. And also just having someone that was a stranger to you a month ago call you mom, it means the world. It is really, really special.
She challenged me, and silly little things. I hadn't baked bread in years, and she wanted to do things that she used to do with her grandma. I kept saying I wasn't a host mom, I was a host grandma.
With our daughter from Chile, her folks actually came to visit, which is not really encouraged, but they did. And so all of those kids that she was always having over at the house came over, and we had a big picnic, and it was, United Colors of Benetton or whatever in my backyard with, again, Colombia, Croatia, Finland, and that's when we made these signposts for this pole that I have in my garden that points the direction to all these people all over the world and how far it is. So it's just really fun walking down the stairs and remembering Joshua from Nigeria or Miriam from Croatia. It's just very fun. And then my other son, he's a musician. And so for us to have him bring music to the house was really cool. Really cool, especially on Christmas Eve.
So I'm also a school district employee, and it's really powerful to get the school perspective as well. Exchange students are value added. They're value added in the classroom, value added on playgrounds and in social settings, value added in the community. These kids have no idea what they bring as far as just the riches of culture, friendship, and kind of this understanding that we're more alike than different, and there's no other way to experience that than with a person from another country.
Yeah, the program that Rotary has to take them to California to go to Disneyland and to Canada to go camping, and it helps keep them busy and helps them experience the United States in addition to what they're doing with their host family.
Just spur of the moment, one of our nice spring evenings on a Friday, I called her and I was still at my office and said, you wanted to walk across the Narrows Bridge, what are you doing? So I ran home and got her, and we walked across the Narrows Bridge. I'd never done that before. That was something that was on her bucket list, and I didn't know it was on mine, but it was delightful.
We're not musicians, and one of our kids, our son from Turkey, he was quite a musician. So I can't even say it. Sorry, turn it off.